guys, so as you can see, this video is about my new hair color. Obviously it looks different, and I really thought it would be good for me to share how I went about getting my hair this light because it was a long process. I did it in a short amount of time, which I don't recommend. I suggest that if you're going to do it, take your time and spread it out over at least about a month. But I was very, very impatient for it, and also because I'm like in school and everything, I didn't want to go to school with crazy looking hair in between periods. Um, so basically, I had black hair before. I had tried to just dye it a dark brown because the color had faded, and I put the color in, but it took way too much. And I think it's because I used a protein filler in the color and on my hair, and I think it made it take very, very quickly, and it made it very dark and very black, and it was not fading at all because it was a good hair color. But if you want to check out how to use protein fillers, you can go check out my latest video before this one. It's really helpful because it explains what it's for, but also how to use it, which I know is not something that is often on YouTube. A lot of people talk about it, but they don't actually use it and show you how to do it. So I did that. But yeah, so the way that I did my hair color, first thing I did was I took a trip to Sally's. I did a lot of research before on what color I wanted my hair to be. I knew I wanted it to be light enough to be at least a medium brown or a little bit lighter. I wasn't trying to go blonde or anything, just a medium brown or a little bit lighter. So I went to the store and I got a bottle of the Color Oops. And if you want to find out about Color Oops, you can, or Color Zap, sorry, yeah, Color Zap, you can go check out, it's my most popular video on my channel, and I'll leave a link down to it below, and I show you the entire process of applying it, mixing it, the results, and everything like that. And it worked in the past, but my hair was not black at the time. It was just a dark brown. So, and I also actually only got one bottle because I was thinking because my hair wasn't as long, I wouldn't need two bottles, but I did. So I put it in and I realized that parts of my hair were still like not even a little bit saturated with the Color Oops. So I got in the car while it was in my hair because you can keep it in for up to 60 minutes and Sally's is like 5 minutes away from me. So I got back in the car and I went to Sally's again and I got 3 packets. It was a deal of 3 packets of the Ion Color Brilliance powder lightening, like the blue lightening bleach. And I had a 20 volume developer and I had a 30 volume developer. And I'll leave like links for each product that I used down below to take you directly to Sally's so you can see what I used. So I went home and I rinsed out the Color Oops, and it had done it in some places, but it was very, very splotchy, and a lot of the places were still very black. So I knew that it wasn't going to work by doing it that way. And so I rinsed it out, I dried my hair, and this is not something that I suggest. This is what I did to get to this point, but I would suggest at least waiting overnight, like deep condition your hair overnight, and then do this. But I really wanted to see some type of progress, so I mixed up the bleach, and I mixed up all 3 packets because I really needed a lot for my hair, and I wanted to make sure I was getting every single strand and coating everything. And I mixed that with the 30 volume developer because I knew that I needed a little bit more because my hair was so black, and I had dyed it black at least 3 or 4 times, like touching up the color. So I knew that there was layers and layers of black, and it needed more than just 10 or 20 volume developer. And just so you guys know, the higher the number, like 40 vol, 30 vol, 20 vol, and 10 vol, the higher the number, the higher the amount of lift you're going to get. Like a 10 volume will just deposit the color, but a 30 volume will lift the color and then deposit the color. So when you're wanting to lift black out of your hair, you definitely want a little bit of a higher developer. Definitely not 40 though. If you're using bleach, do not use 40 volume developer. That's crazy. So I put that on and I took it off and my hair was like red. It was not orange at all. It was pretty much red and still black and brown in some places because my hair, like I said, was so dark and black. So I had to keep it like that overnight. I put a deep conditioning mask in that went with one of my old hair color boxes that I still had left over of. You can use a protein mask, anything that you can find that's just really going to help moisturize your hair. After that, I went back the next day and picked up 3 more packets of bleach because I knew I needed that much to cover my whole head. Um, and this time I mixed it with half 30 vol and half 20 vol, which makes about a 25 volume developer, so it's not as strong as the 30 vol. And I put that into my hair and I put it all over, and it made my hair bright orange. And I knew that that was going to happen. I knew that I was going to need to go over it, but it was very, very, very bright orange and very brassy. But the problem was that some areas were super blonde, some areas were still kind of brown and black. So I waited, I deep conditioned my hair once again with an old hair color conditioner, and then the next day, which, like I said, please, please, please do not do this all in one day and then have your hair fall out and then be like, Meggie 3000 said to do this. I am not telling you to do this. Do not do this all in one setting and expect your hair not to be slightly damaged. My hair is kind of damaged. Not kind of, it's a little bit more than kind of. It's not bad, but don't expect your hair to be in perfect condition if you do this, and don't expect your hair not to fall out if you do too much at once. So you really need to know your hair and know what you're doing. If you have never colored at home, if you've never done anything like that, please just go to a hair salon. It's much, much better that way. But anyway, so the next day my hair was that bright orange, and I was like, I need to get rid of that orange. So I went in with the John Frieda Precision Foam color in 6A, which is light ash brown. And I really liked the color. I wanted to choose a lighter color because I knew that with such light hair, the color might take much better. So I wanted to choose a lighter color so it didn't go too dark, because if I got back to like a dark color, I was going to be very, very upset. So I did that, but the problem was that my hair was still pretty much orange. It was a little bit more brown, but it was still very orange. So I decided that I needed to do some toners to kind of tone it down a little bit. And I was going to go and get like a toner shampoo, like a blue shampoo or something like that from Sally's, but I realized that maybe I could make it at home. And if you guys want me to do a separate video on like using food color and conditioner to make a toner to tone down brassiness of things like that, let me know. So what I did basically was I took this big bottle, I got this big bottle of Tresemme Luxurious Moisture Conditioner for dry or damaged hair, and I've been using my mane and tail, so I didn't need, I didn't want to use those. I just needed a good moisturizing conditioner to help kind of infuse my hair with some moisture, and also to be a mixer for the color. So I took enough to cover my whole head, so really it's going to vary on your hair length and your hair thickness. I'd say that I used about 2 cups of conditioner with about 20 squirts of the blue food color, and that's going to help really get rid of orangey kind of colors, because on the color wheel they're opposite of each other. If you're trying to get rid of yellow, you're going to want to use purple. If you're trying to get rid of reddish tones, you want to use green, and I'll show you all of those. But I mixed it up in this mixing bowl with this little brush, and I just went ahead and put it all over my hair. And I did it first, and it already looked better, so I did it a second time. And the thing is, you can do it as many times as you want. It doesn't stain your skin or stain anything. The moment you go to wash yourself, like your hair and like wash your body, it comes off. And you can do it as many times as you want because it's conditioner. So I did it a few times, and my hair started to feel softer and better, and the brassiness was much, much better, but it was still very, very, very uneven. So I decided that I was going to get another box of the John Frieda, and I went back, I got another box, and I went through very carefully each piece and kind of picked it out and made sure that I coated it from top to bottom. And I focused on the very light pieces that I had first, and then I went through and put it on the rest of the hair to even it out. And that worked really well. It was still slightly brassy, so I kept going back with my conditioner and my food coloring to cancel out the brassiness. Now, right now, it actually looks kind of red and much darker than it actually is, like in the sun. And I'm going to have some pictures at the end of the different stages of my hair from black into what it is now. But also it's like third day, so I need to wash my hair. But I've been trying not to do too much. I want it to heal a little bit, which is why I'm using the mane and tail shampoo and conditioner, which are really good, and I'm doing protein treatments and hot oil treatments every single day. Once again, I'll leave all of that down below so you know what I'm using, and if you want to use it, you can check it out. But it actually is a very nice light color, and it just looks good on my skin tone. It looks like me. I've gotten a lot of compliments on the color, and even my boyfriend, who actually really likes my hair dark, he was just like, no, leave it black, and I did, and he's like, oh, well, I like the color. So I'm really happy with it, and this isn't necessarily the color that you might end up with. This isn't necessarily the color that you want, but if you're trying to get black out of your hair, that is probably the best way to do it. Try to do as much conditioning as possible in between each time. I don't suggest doing it all in a course of 3 or 4 days, which is what I did. I think I started it, this was like last week, and I started on Wednesday night. Or it was not last week, it was the week before last, and I started on Wednesday night, and by Sunday night my hair was completely done and like straightened and to the color that I wanted. And then I haven't done anything since then except for trying to deep condition it as much as possible. But yeah, so I don't suggest doing it in a short amount of time, but if you want to get the results that I got, that's the best way to do it. And also, I just think this is very helpful, if not for anything, for the brassiness and the conditioning and food coloring idea that you can do. I've never heard of that before, but I don't know why. I was sitting there and I was just like, well, what about food color? Because it's kind of like the same thing. You just mix it up and you'll get that color shampoo and you just put it on and it works wonders. And this, I think, is like $2 at Target, so much cheaper to have a conditioner that's very moisturizing that you already own, and $2 food coloring, and to get amazing results. So that's another thing. You're going to want to keep up your food coloring conditioning treatments. Like I'm going to do one tonight, because after a while it does start to get a little bit brassy again. When I put it in, it looks much more light brown with blondish kind of highlights. But either way, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It took some time, but like I just feel fresh and I love it for summer and spring. So that is it. I hope that it helped you guys to understand kind of what you can do, the process that you can do to lighten your hair from black. I know it's a very frustrating thing. I was very frustrating because I didn't find many things that helped me on YouTube. I saw things where it was like going from black to bleach blonde, and that's not what I wanted. I just wanted to get it light enough to cover. So that's what I did, and I hope that it's helpful. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know down below. Check out the Color Oops video, or the Colors app video, sorry, and the protein filler video for more helpful tips on when you're coloring your hair, because that's very important, and those are good videos to kind of help you get a feel for what those products do. I'm going to have some pictures over here of the transformation from black to the current color that it is, and I'm also going to have all the links to every single product that I used down below. So I hope that this is helpful, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions. Please don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe to my channel. Bye!
Hey there, so here are some of the pictures that I said I would include of my transformation from the black hair to my light brown hair that I have now. It was quite a process, but just make sure that you keep your hair really well conditioned and take care of it. Don't use too much heat, and you will see that it stays healthy and you have the perfect color. I really wanted to take a quick second just to say thank you to everyone who supported me since the beginning. All of that support really means a lot, and I'll be revamping my channel. As you can see, I'm calling it Meg's Maquillage now. Maquillage actually means makeup in French, and it just felt like a really good fit for my channel. I'm building a website, I'm getting business cards, I actually am going to be doing a photo shoot very soon, and there will be tutorials that go along with that photo shoot for all the pictures that are actually on my website. So I look forward to showing you guys all the new things that I am going to be doing, and I hope that you guys continue to watch my channel and subscribe and like all my videos. It really means a lot, and maybe I'll have a surprise for you coming soon. Talk to you later!